NGOs face a new wave of criminalization. Ships are being detained, airplanes grounded, and activists intimidated. The European authorities are doing everything in their power to prevent organizations from saving human lives and documenting human rights violations. Today, 9 NGOs condemn the actions of the European authorities and demand an immediate end to this criminalization.
The current situation in the Central Mediterranean is paradoxical. Each day we get calls from people in distress or children survivors. When we inform the respective authorities, no one is reacting. The European Union decides to let people drown right in front of their doorstep. But nobody is held accountable for these deaths. At the same time, they prevent NGOs from rescuing people and from monitoring human rights violations and violence at sea.
The people we rescue are often in an unstable or even critical condition, severely dehydrated, hypothermic, or suffering the effects of exposure to fuel and to the elements from their time at sea. Many bear scars of physical or psychological abuse, or are wounded with traumatic injuries or burns sustained during their dangerous journey. The ship's clinic and MSF team on board provide an emergency response, allowing us to treat the most urgent cases. But, like an ambulance, this is only a short-term solution. Our patients need to be transported to land as soon as possible so they can access the medical care that everyone deserves.
Once again, the Italian government decided to block our ship Mare Ionio in the port of Pozzallo by refusing to allow a rescue team on board. By denying embarkation only to our rescue team, their intentions are finally revealed. They are trying everything they can to hinder rescue activities and cause more death at sea. Mare Ionio is the 5th asset of the European civil fleet that's been neutralized by the Italian government over the past 3 months.
By strategically using port state control, the Italian authorities are trying to prove that our ships are not safe. But on the other hand, when it comes to keeping people on board for several weeks, then suddenly our ships seem to be safe enough for the authorities.
Italian authorities have not only detained our ships, but also our aircraft. For the past month and a half, our moonbird has been grounded and we have no longer been able to fly. These are attempts by Italian authorities to blind us all of the humanitarian disasters which are our borders, and direct results of EU border policies.
In April, while we were on our way to our shipyard in the Basque Country, we received a message of a boat in the Maltese search and rescue zone. Instead of racing to the rescue, the Maltese authorities did nothing. We rescued the people in distress, and in return, our ship got blocked, even though we had actually taken over the job which Malta was not willing to do.
Not only southern European states, but also Germany is taking part in this criminalization campaign. A new regulation by the German Minister of Transport, Andreas Scheuer, allegedly wants to increase the safety of small ships. In fact, it makes it impossible for them to operate. Leaked emails also prove the new regulation aims at preventing civil sea rescue. On October the 2nd, 2020, this regulation has just been declared as being non-applicable according to European law. This is the first success for civil sea rescue, but the final judicial outcome is yet to come.
On September 5th, the Greek police detained and violently intimidated our crew. Shortly after, Moria burned down and the whole dimension of the governmental failure became visible. People were left on the streets for days, while NGOs and activists were prevented to provide the desperately needed essentials like water and food. This harassment and criminalization of solidarity structures is unacceptable.
Today, we stand together to condemn the criminalization which we are facing. We demand immediate justice and will continue our joint fight so human rights at sea and on land are not just a simple word, but put in action. Free all our assets and stop decriminating our organization because the criminalization is killing people.